Welcome back to SwitchTop. Sometimes we all need to take a break from intense action games and just relax with something peaceful and calming. That's why today I'm sharing the top 30 best cozy games on Nintendo Switch. Perfect for unwinding after a long day or just enjoying some stress-free gaming time. These games are all about good vibes, beautiful worlds, and gameplay that makes you feel happy and relaxed. Let's jump right in. Calico is all about running your own magical cat cafe in a small town where you help bring the community together. You play as a young person who inherits their aunt's cafe and needs to make it popular again by serving customers, decorating the space, and most importantly, collecting adorable cats and other magical creatures. The gameplay is super relaxing. You explore the colorful town, gather ingredients for drinks and pastries, customize your cafe however you want, and befriend various animals that can even be ridden around town. There's no time pressure or stress, just pure wholesome fun. The art style is bright and cheerful with a pastel color palette that feels like a warm hug. While the game has some technical issues and can feel a bit rough around the edges, the pure joy of playing with dozens of cats and creating your dream cafe makes it a perfect, cozy experience for anyone who loves cute animals and creative freedom. Rune Factory 5 combines farming simulation with light RPG elements in the town of Rigbarth, where you play as someone who lost their memory and joins a peacekeeping organization called Seed. Your job is to help protect the town from monsters while also building up your own farm and getting to know the friendly locals. The farming mechanics let you grow crops, raise animals, and craft useful items, while the dungeon exploration adds some gentle adventure as you clear out monster-filled areas with magic and weapons. You can befriend wild monsters and bring them back to help on your farm, which is really satisfying. The relationship system lets you build friendships and even get married to one of the many charming townspeople. The graphics have a lovely anime art style that brings the world to life, though the frame rate can sometimes drop during busy moments. What makes this game special is how it balances multiple activities without any of them feeling like work. Whether you're watering plants, exploring caves, or just chatting with neighbors, everything feels peaceful and rewarding. Nice Day for Fishing is shaping up to be one of the most charming and unique cozy games on the Nintendo Switch, blending lighthearted humor with relaxing yet engaging gameplay. Rather than playing as a grand hero, you step into the role of Balin, a humble fishing NPC whose simple life is turned upside down when he's thrust into an unexpected journey. The game embraces a laid-back vibe while still offering a sense of adventure, inviting players to explore beautiful, whimsical landscapes, meet quirky characters, and discover hidden secrets along the way. At its heart lies the fishing system, which cleverly doubles as both a meditative pastime and the core of its inventive combat mechanics. Each encounter with a fish becomes a playful puzzle, encouraging patience, timing, and strategy without ever feeling stressful. With its cozy atmosphere, tongue-in-cheek storytelling, and emphasis on small but meaningful moments, Nice Day for Fishing captures the essence of what makes cozy games so memorable on Switch. Harvest Moon One World takes you on a farming adventure where crops have mysteriously disappeared from the world, and it's up to you to bring them back by exploring different regions and planting seeds. You start in a small village, but gradually travel to various environments like snowy mountains, tropical beaches, and desert areas, each with their own unique crops and challenges. The farming mechanics are familiar but solid. You clear land, plant seeds, water crops, and take care of animals like cows, chickens, and sheep. What makes this entry different is the exploration aspect, as you ride on your horse to discover new areas and unlock different types of seeds. You can also build relationships with the local people in each area and eventually get married. The graphics are colorful and pleasant, with each region having its own distinct look and feel. While some longtime fans might miss certain features from older games, One World offers a relaxing farming experience with enough variety to keep you engaged. The sense of discovery when finding new crops and regions adds a nice sense of progression to the typical farming routine. Spiritfarer is a beautiful game about caring for spirits as they prepare to move on to the afterlife, though it deals with heavy themes in a gentle, comforting way. You play as Stella, who becomes the new Spiritfarer, someone who helps lost souls find peace by taking care of their needs and eventually helping them cross over. The gameplay involves managing a boat that serves as your floating home, where you build rooms and facilities for your spirit passengers. You'll farm, cook, craft, mine, and fish to gather resources and keep everyone happy. Each spirit has their own personality, backstory, and needs, and you'll grow attached to them as you learn their stories. The exploration involves sailing to different islands to gather materials and discover new spirits to help. The hand-drawn art style is absolutely gorgeous, with smooth animations and warm, inviting colors. While the game deals with death and loss, it presents these themes in a way that feels comforting rather than sad, focusing on the importance of caring for others and letting go when the time is right. It's emotional, but in a healing way. Fae Farm combines traditional farming simulation with magical elements in a whimsical world full of fairies and enchanted creatures. You create your character and move to the magical island of Azoria, where you'll build up your farm while also learning to use magic spells and brew potion. The farming mechanics are polished and satisfying, letting you grow both regular crops and magical plants that have special properties. You can raise animals, decorate your farm and house, and explore dungeons filled with magical creatures. The magic system adds a fun twist. You can learn spells to help with farming, combat, and exploration. The world is full of friendly characters to meet and befriend, with the option to eventually find romance and start a family. The art style is bright and colorful, with a storybook feel that makes everything look magical and inviting. What sets Fae Farm apart is how well it blends the peaceful farming gameplay with light adventure elements and magic, creating something that feels familiar yet fresh. The co-op multiplayer also lets you play with friends, making it perfect for shared, cozy gaming sessions where you can build your magical farm together. Misc. A Tiny Tale is a charming adventure about a small creature exploring miniature worlds made from everyday objects. The story follows Misc, a tiny being who discovers that common household items create entire landscapes when viewed from their perspective. A kitchen becomes a vast world of towering appliances and dangerous obstacles. The gameplay focuses on platforming and puzzle solving as you navigate these creative environments, using Misc's small size to find hidden paths and solutions. You'll climb pencils like trees, use paper clips as bridges, and treat everyday objects as massive landmarks. The puzzles are clever but never frustrating, often requiring you to think creatively about how to use the environment around you. The art style is unique and beautiful, taking real-world photography and turning it into playable levels that feel both familiar and magical. The game has a gentle, wordless storytelling approach that lets you discover the world at your own pace. While it's not very long, every moment feels special and memorable. Suikoden 1 and 2 HD Remaster. This collection brings back two classic JRPGs that tell epic stories about war, friendship, and political intrigue, but with a focus on character relationships and town building rather than constant battles. In the first game, you play as a young man who becomes involved in a rebellion against a corrupt empire, while the second follows his journey as he builds an army and a base of operations. What makes these games special is the 108 recruitable character system. You can find and convince tons of unique characters to join your cause, each with their own backstories and abilities. The town building aspect lets you develop your headquarters by adding new facilities and services as more people join you. The turn-based combat is strategic but not overly complex, and the games focus more on story and character development than grinding levels. The HD remaster updates the graphics while keeping the classic pixel art charm, making these old games feel fresh for modern players. Potion Permit puts you in the role of a chemist who moves to the small island town of Moonbury to serve as their doctor and potion maker. The townspeople are initially suspicious of outsiders and modern medicine, so you'll need to prove yourself by successfully treating patients and building trust with the community. The gameplay revolves around diagnosing illnesses through simple mini-games, then gathering ingredients from around the island to brew the right potions. You'll explore different areas like forests, caves, and beaches to find plants, minerals, and other materials needed for your recipes. The potion making system is like a puzzle game where you arrange ingredients on a grid to match specific patterns. As you help more people and build relationships, the town opens up and you unlock new areas and storylines. Your dog companion follows you everywhere and can help find hidden items and ingredients. The pixel art style is colorful and detailed, bringing the charming island setting to life. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker is a delightful puzzle platformer starring the adorable mushroom explorer from the Mario universe, but it creates its own unique style of gameplay that's perfect for relaxing. The game presents bite-sized levels that are like miniature dioramas where you guide Captain Toad, and sometimes Toadette, through clever 3D puzzles to reach the golden star at the end. Since Toad can't jump due to his heavy backpack, the gameplay focuses on rotating the camera to find hidden paths, manipulating the environment, and solving spatial puzzles. Each level is a small, self-contained world that you can explore thoroughly, finding hidden gems and discovering secret areas. The controls are simple and intuitive, perfect for both button controls and the Switch's touchscreen when playing handheld. The levels are creative and varied, featuring everything from minecarts and movable platforms to levels that recreate classic Mario environments from a new perspective. The art style is bright, colorful, and full of Nintendo's signature charm, with expressive animations that bring Toad's adventure to life. Hello Kitty Island Adventure brings Sanrio's beloved characters to life in a charming island paradise where you help restore a once thriving resort. You play as yourself, joining Hello Kitty and her friends like My Melody, Karomi, and Pom Pom Purin as you explore different themed areas of the island. The gameplay mixes exploration, crafting, and friendship building as you complete quests for the various characters, collect materials to rebuild facilities, and customize both your character and living spaces. You can decorate rooms, cook recipes, grow gardens, and even take photos with your favorite Sanrio friends. Each character has their own personality and storylines that unfold as you help them with their problems and dreams. The island is full of minigames and activities like fishing, bug catching, and treasure hunting that keep things varied and fun. The art style perfectly captures the cute Sanrio aesthetic with bright pastel colors and adorable animations. Garden Story follows Concord, an adorable grape who becomes the new guardian of their island home and must protect it from a mysterious force called the Rot that's corrupting everything. As guardian, you'll help rebuild communities, assist fellow fruit and vegetable residents, and slowly uncover the truth behind the spreading corruption. The gameplay combines light action RPG elements with community building. You'll fight Rot creatures using simple combat, gather resources, complete requests for townsfolk, and work on restoration projects that gradually bring life back to different areas. Each region has its own unique community of produce characters with their own problems and personalities. You upgrade your abilities by helping others and completing community projects, creating a nice sense of progression tied to making the world better. The pixel art is gorgeous with vibrant colors and charming character designs that make every fruit and vegetable feel alive and full of personality. My Time at Portia drops you into the colorful post-apocalyptic town of Portia, where you inherit your father's old workshop and work to become the best builder and crafter in town. The world has rebuilt itself into a peaceful society focused on creation rather than destruction, and you'll take on commissions from townspeople to craft everything from furniture and bridges to complex machines and vehicles. The crafting system is deep and satisfying, requiring you to gather materials, process them through various machines, and assemble final products. You can also farm, mine, fish, explore ruins for ancient technology, and build relationships with a diverse cast of townsfolk. The relationship system lets you become friends with nearly everyone in town, with options for dating and marriage. Combat exists, but it's optional, and focuses more on exploring ancient ruins than fighting for survival. The 3D art style is bright and welcoming, with a world that feels alive thanks to NPCs going about their daily routines. Story of Seasons Pioneers of Olive Town brings you to a rundown town where you inherit your grandfather's old farm and work to revive both your land and the community around it. The farming mechanics are polished and satisfying, letting you clear land, plant crops, raise animals, and automate many tasks through makers and other helpful machines as you progress. What sets this apart is how your success directly impacts the town. As you complete requests and ship products, new shops and facilities open up, bringing life back to Olive Town. You can explore the surrounding wilderness, mine in caves, fish in rivers and the ocean, and forage for materials needed for crafting and cooking. The relationship system includes marriage candidates with detailed storylines, plus friendships with other townspeople that unlock new events and rewards. The graphics are clean and colorful, with smooth animations that make farming activities feel pleasant and rewarding. Cato Buttered Cat is a unique physics-based puzzle platformer starring an adorable cat who gets butter on their paw, making them slip and slide through increasingly creative levels. You play as Cato, trying to navigate through various environments while dealing with these slippery mechanics that turn every movement into a fun physics challenge. The core gameplay revolves around momentum and careful timing as you slide around corners, launch off ramps, and use the slippery movement to reach platforms and solve puzzles. Each level introduces new elements like moving platforms, bounce pads, and environmental hazards that interact with your buttery sliding in clever ways. The puzzles start simple but gradually become more complex, requiring you to think creatively about how to use your slippery movement to overcome obstacles. The art style is minimalist but charming, with clean graphics that make it easy to read the physics-based challenges. What makes this game so endearing is how it takes a simple, silly concept and builds genuinely engaging gameplay around it. Snufkin Melody of Moominvalley brings the beloved Finnish characters to life in a peaceful adventure about music, nature, and friendship set in the magical Moominvalley. You play as Snufkin, the free-spirited wanderer who returns to the valley after winter to find it changed by the mysterious park keeper, who has imposed strict rules and regulations on the once-free valley. The gameplay focuses on exploration, music making, and gentle problem solving as you help restore harmony to the valley. You'll play melodies on your harmonica to interact with the world, solve environmental puzzles, and communicate with woodland creatures. The game emphasizes non-violent solutions to problems, encouraging creativity and understanding rather than conflict. Each area of the valley has its own musical theme and challenges related to restoring natural balance and freedom. You'll meet familiar Moomin characters like Moomin Troll and Little Mai, each dealing with how the new rules have affected their lives. The art style perfectly captures Tove Janssen's original illustrations with watercolor-like visuals and gentle animations. MySims Cozy Bundle combines two charming life simulation games, MySims and MySims Kingdom, giving you hours of creative, relaxing gameplay focused on building communities and making friends. In MySims, you help revive a rundown town by crafting items for residents, decorating spaces, and attracting new people to move in. The crafting system lets you create furniture, decorations, and buildings using essences you collect from around town, with each item reflecting your creative choices. My Sims Kingdom expands the formula by letting you help the king restore various islands, each with unique themes and challenges that require different approaches to solve. Both games feature the same adorable art style, with customizable Sims that have big personalities despite their simple design. The gameplay is all about positive interactions. You're always building up rather than tearing down, helping rather than competing. You can spend hours just decorating and rearranging spaces to make them perfect, or focus on the social aspects of getting to know each character's likes and dislikes. Unpacking is a unique Zen puzzle game about the intimate act of unpacking belongings and making spaces feel like home, told entirely through objects without any dialogue or text. Each level represents a different life stage, from childhood bedrooms to college dorms, shared apartments, and family homes, with you unpacking boxes and arranging items in appropriate spaces. The genius of the game lies in how the objects tell the story. You learn about the person's interests, relationships, career changes, and major life events just by seeing what they own and how their belongings change over time. The gameplay is incredibly relaxing as you click and drag items from boxes and find logical places to put them, with gentle feedback when something doesn't belong in a certain spot. There's no time limit or scoring system, just the satisfaction of organizing spaces and creating cozy living areas. The pixel art style is detailed and warm, making every object feel meaningful and every room feel lived in. Sound design plays a huge role, with satisfying audio feedback for placing items and ambient sounds that make each space feel authentic. Date Everything is a hilarious and surprisingly sweet dating simulation game where you can literally romance any object in your apartment, from your houseplant to your coffee mug to your Wi-Fi router. The game starts with you being dumped and deciding to explore dating apps, but then discovering you can swipe right on absolutely everything around you. Each object has its own personality, backstory, and dating storyline that plays out through text conversations and date scenarios. Your houseplant might be a nurturing type who loves talking about growth and self-care, while your vacuum cleaner could be a clean freak with abandonment issues. The writing is clever and funny, finding genuinely endearing personalities in everyday objects without making it feel weird or uncomfortable. You'll go on actual dates with these objects, learning about their hopes, dreams, and relationship histories in ways that are both absurd and oddly touching. The game also includes some genuine life advice and positive messages about self-love, healing from breakups, and finding connection in unexpected places.
Shelly the Shelf, or come to despise Doug, your overwhelming sense of existential dread.
I think I'll pass on Doug. Can I fall in love with a lamp?
No way! Lux the Lamp is all mine! But did you know that you could even date the game itself?
Islanders New Shores is a minimalist city-building puzzle game that creates incredibly relaxing and addictive gameplay through simple rules and beautiful procedurally generated islands. You start with a small selection of buildings and must place them strategically on the island to earn points, with different buildings giving bonuses when placed near compatible structures and penalties when placed near conflicting ones. The genius is in the simplicity. There are no resources to manage, no citizens to keep happy, no complex economic systems, just pure spatial puzzle solving as you figure out optimal building placement. Each successful city earns you enough points to unlock new building packs, and eventually you move on to a fresh island with new challenges and layouts. The islands are procedurally generated but carefully designed, featuring diverse biomes like tropical beaches, snowy mountains, and desert highlands that affect your building strategies. The minimalist art style uses clean, low-poly graphics with soothing colors that make every island feel like a peaceful retreat. Firewatch is a beautiful story-driven adventure set in the Wyoming wilderness where you play as Henry, a man who takes a job as a fire lookout to escape from personal problems back home. Your only contact is Delilah, another lookout who you talk to via radio, and your conversations with her form the heart of the game as a mysterious story unfolds around you both. The gameplay focuses on exploration and dialogue choices as you hike through gorgeous forest environments, investigate strange occurrences, and build a relationship with Delilah through your radio talks. There's no combat or complex mechanics, just walking, observing, and making conversation choices that shape how the story develops. The forest setting is absolutely stunning, with a unique art style that makes every vista feel like a painting, especially during the golden hour lighting. The voice acting is exceptional, making the radio conversations feel natural and engaging as you learn about both characters' backgrounds and motivations.
Hello, Two Forks Tower.
Hello? Whoever this is?
Lunar Remastered Collection brings back 2 classic JRPGs, Lunar Silver Star Story and Lunar Eternal Blue, with updated graphics while keeping their charming old-school gameplay and storytelling intact. These games follow traditional RPG heroes on epic quests to save their world, but they're known for their heartwarming characters, romantic storylines, and focus on friendship and personal growth rather than just fighting evil. The turn-based combat is straightforward and accessible, letting you focus on the story and character development rather than complex mechanics. Both games feature full voice acting for key scenes, animated cutscenes, and memorable musical scores that bring the fantasy world to life. The stories are classic heroes' journey tales, but told with warmth and humor, featuring likable characters who grow and change throughout their adventures. You'll explore colorful towns and dungeons, meet quirky NPCs, and gradually build your party of heroes who support each other through thick and thin. The remastered versions maintain the original pixel art charm while cleaning up the visuals for modern screens. Story of Seasons Friends of Mineral Town is a lovingly crafted remake of the beloved Harvest Moon game that brings the classic farming simulation to modern Switch with beautiful updated graphics and quality of life improvements. You inherit a rundown farm in the charming Mineral Town and work to restore it while building relationships with the friendly townspeople who each have their own personalities and daily routines. The farming mechanics are satisfying and well balanced, letting you grow crops, raise animals, mine for materials, and gradually expand your farm with new buildings and facilities. The town feels alive with memorable characters like the shy librarian, the energetic blacksmith, and the wise doctor, all of whom you can befriend and potentially marry. Seasonal festivals and events give you goals to work towards while providing opportunities to deepen your relationships with the community. The gameplay loop of planning your daily activities, caring for crops and animals, exploring the nearby areas, and socializing creates a peaceful rhythm that's perfect for relaxing sessions. Animal Crossing New Horizons lets you create your own island paradise from scratch, starting with just a tent on a deserted island and gradually building it into a thriving community filled with anthropomorphic animal neighbors. The game follows real time, meaning it matches your actual clock and calendar with events, seasons, and activities changing throughout the year. You'll spend your time decorating your island and home, catching bugs and fish for the museum, collecting DIY recipes to craft furniture and tools, and building friendships with your animal neighbors who each have unique personalities. The terraforming feature lets you reshape your island's landscape by moving rivers, building cliffs, and creating custom paths, giving you incredible creative control over your space. Daily activities like shopping, completing tasks for neighbors, and participating in seasonal events create a gentle routine that's perfect for unwinding. The game's focus on creativity, self-expression, and positive social interactions makes it incredibly relaxing. There are no fail states, no time pressure, and no negative consequences for playing however you want. Coffee Talk puts you in the role of a barista at a late-night coffee shop in an alternate Seattle where fantasy races like elves, orcs, and werewolves live alongside humans in modern society. Each night, different customers come in with their problems, relationships, and life stories, and you serve them drinks while listening to their conversations and occasionally offering advice. The drink-making mechanics are simple but satisfying. You combine different ingredients like coffee, milk, and various syrups to create both real and fantasy beverages based on what customers order or what you think they might need. The real appeal is the storytelling as you gradually learn about each character's background, relationships, and personal struggles through their late-night visits. The pixel art style is gorgeous with warm, inviting colors that make the coffee shop feel cozy and welcoming, while the lo-fi jazz soundtrack perfectly captures the late-night atmosphere. Untitled Goose game lets you play as a mischievous goose terrorizing a peaceful English village, completing a series of pranks and tasks that range from stealing the groundskeeper's keys to trapping a shopkeeper in a garage. The gameplay is all about creative problem solving as you figure out how to use the goose's limited abilities, honking, grabbing things with your beak, flapping your wings, and sneaking around to accomplish increasingly elaborate pranks. Each area of the village presents new NPCs to annoy and different challenges to overcome, with objectives that encourage you to observe people's routines and find clever ways to disrupt them. What makes this game so charming is how it turns being annoying into an art form. The goose's animations are perfectly expressive, making every honk and waddle feel intentionally bratty. The minimalist art style and cheerful music create a whimsical atmosphere that keeps the pranks feeling playful rather than mean-spirited. The puzzle elements require genuine creativity as you experiment with different approaches to achieve your goals, often leading to hilarious unintended consequences. A Short Hike is a perfect little adventure game about climbing to the top of Hawk Peak to get cell phone reception, but the real joy comes from exploring the beautiful mountain environment and helping the various animal characters you meet along the way. The gameplay is incredibly simple. You can walk, run, climb, and glide using golden feathers you find or earn from other hikers, with each feather extending your stamina for longer climbs and glides. The mountain is filled with friendly animals who need small favors like finding lost items, delivering messages, or just having someone to talk to about their problems. The voxel art style creates a gorgeous low-poly landscape that feels both nostalgic and timeless, with lighting effects that make every moment feel magical. You can take any path up the mountain, discovering hidden trails, secret areas, and optional challenges that reward exploration without ever feeling mandatory. The soundtrack is absolutely beautiful, featuring acoustic guitar melodies that perfectly capture the peaceful mountain atmosphere. Stardew Valley is the ultimate cozy farming simulation where you inherit your grandfather's old farm in a charming rural valley and build it up from scratch while becoming part of the local community. The gameplay perfectly balances farming activities like growing crops and raising animals with other pursuits like mining, fishing, foraging, and building relationships with the diverse townspeople. Each of the town's residents has their own personality, backstory, and daily schedule, with 12 of them available as marriage candidates with detailed romance storylines. The farming mechanics are deep and satisfying, with seasonal crops, artisan goods production, and farm layout optimization providing endless ways to customize your agricultural empire. Beyond farming, you can explore the mysterious caves, participate in seasonal festivals, complete community center bundles that gradually restore the town, or just spend time decorating your farm and house. The pixel art is beautiful and expressive, bringing both the characters and the rural environment to life with charm and personality. Factory, Guardians of Azuma brings the beloved farming RPG series to a Japanese-inspired setting where you play as an earth dancer who can communicate with nature spirits and must help restore balance to the mystical land of Azuma. The game combines the series' signature farming simulation with light action RPG elements, letting you grow crops, raise fantasy creatures, craft items, and explore dungeons filled with monsters and treasures. What makes this entry special is its focus on Japanese culture and mythology, featuring beautiful environments inspired by traditional Japanese landscapes and architecture. The farming mechanics are enhanced by your ability to communicate with nature spirits who can help with various tasks, while the creature raising system lets you tame and care for both farm animals and magical beasts. The story unfolds gradually as you help restore various regions of Azuma, meeting colorful characters who need your assistance with everything from personal problems to major threats facing their communities. Combat is real-time, but not overly complex, focusing more on using different weapons and magic spells than intense action sequences. Fantasy Life I, The Girl Who Steals Time is an enchanting life simulation RPG where you can choose from multiple jobs and live whatever kind of fantasy life you want, from becoming a master chef or skilled blacksmith to a powerful mage or brave paladin. The story follows your character as they get caught up in a mystery involving a girl who can manipulate time, but the real appeal is the freedom to pursue whatever interests you most in this charming fantasy world. The job system is incredibly deep, with each of the 12 life paths offering unique skills, storylines, and gameplay mechanics that can be mixed and matched as you progress. You can spend your time cooking elaborate meals, crafting powerful weapons and armor, mining for rare materials, fishing in peaceful streams, or going on adventures to fight monsters and explore dungeons. The world is filled with colorful NPCs who give you quests, teach you new recipes and techniques, and help bring the various towns and regions to life. And that wraps up another amazing top 30 cozy games list for Nintendo Switch. From peaceful mountain hikes to magical fantasy worlds, these games offer something special for every type of relaxed gaming session. What's your go-to cozy game when you want to relax? Have you tried any of these titles, and which ones are calling out to you? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video if it helped you discover your next peaceful adventure, and subscribe to SwitchTop for more Nintendo Switch content. Until next time.